The MG ZS EV is back, but now it's got long legs. Yeah, that was weird even for me. Yes, it's the MG ZS EV long range, and price and range, after the rebate, which is going to shrink shortly, this beast will set you back $56,000. For that, supposedly, officially, you get 440 Ks on a charge. The only question in my mind is that 440 Ks per charge realistic? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go on a long distance drive. And we are off, and today's mission is going to be, hopefully, painless. I'm taking this car from my house right here in the bustling metropolis of Ecotricity, all the way into Auckland Central, and then all the way back again, and I'm hoping to be able to do that on one charge, because officially the range says 440 Ks per charge. We're at 100% charged. The journey is just shy of 400 kilometers. Let's see how easy it is. First things first, I've got to put this thing into eco mode. There are 3 driving modes on this beastie. There is power, normal, and eco. Eco maximizes range, obviously, and I'm going to select KERS, Kinetic Energy Recovery System, basically regenerative braking. I'm going to select that to level 3, so it's maximum. All right, now we settle in for what should hopefully be a very boring drive. If this turns out to be an exciting nail-biting drive, then I've done something wrong. Here we go. If you've watched my videos, you'll know that I've always kind of liked the ZS EV because, unlike me, it's hard-working and it's honest. But the very first ZS EV that I drove was back in January 2022. And back then it only did about 253 Ks per charge, which at the time was pretty decent. I was impressed. But in 18 months, the same car now can do up to 440. That shows you how far technology is going. It's really impressive. It seems like MG with this car could become what the Mitsubishi Sigma was in the 80s, or what the Corolla was in the 90s. This could be the perfect car for most Kiwi families. This is a big comeback. This is a bigger comeback since Elon Musk's hairline. Another thing I want to do on this journey today is see how much it costs comparatively to take this vehicle to Auckland and back, as opposed to a gas-burning vehicle. Watch this space. Yesterday's journey was going to be just shy of 400 kilometers, which in this car should in theory be a piece of cake, but it was all going to come down to efficiency. Now, I'm no batteryologist, but I am impressed at how MG have managed to squeeze such a large battery pack into this car without making it too much heavier. They've squeezed a 72.6 kilowatt hour battery pack into this beast, which, as you know, gives it up to 440 Ks, but I'm doing 18.6 units of electricity per 100 Ks. So if I keep, 18.7, if I keep driving it this way, then there is no way I'm going to get 440 Ks per charge, and I'm going to have to go and call a towing service to take me home. That's something to worry about for later. I'll leave that for future Gavin. He solves all my problems. Leave that for him. While we're settling in for a long drive, let me tell you about the 3 different flavors of ZS EV that you can buy. There's the entry-level version, which is called the Excite version, which costs a little bit less, has a few less gadgets, but it's still got lots and lots going for it. Then there's the top spec one called the Essence, which has a few more options. Of course, it's got electronic seats, it's got sunroof above me. All of them have Apple, Android, and CarPlay Auto. Then there is the long-range version, which is this one, which has all the options of the top spec model, but it also has privacy glass on the back. Now let's talk range. Now 440 Ks per charge, that is an estimate according to the WLTP cycle, which I like to think means way less than predicted. Those 440 Ks according to the WLTP cycle, they're kind of like California kilometers, you know, where everything's slow and everything's happy and the weather is pleasant and the roads are flat. New Zealand conditions, well, they can be really different. We've got a lot of hills, it's often windy, it's often raining, the temperatures fluctuate, and then of course you've got narrow passing lanes and things like that. New Zealand conditions can be really different from that WLTP cycle. As for motor power, well, both the Excite and the Essence version have a 130 kilowatt motor driving the front wheels, which is fine. It's not a rocket ship, but it moves. However, this one, according to the MG literature, has a 115 kilowatt motor driving the front wheels, which is a little bit less. Now that doesn't mean it's as weak and gutless as the United Nations. No, it's still got a fair amount of pep, but it does have a slower 0 to 100 time by 0.3 seconds slower. The 0 to 100 time in this is 8.7 seconds. So yeah, it's a little bit slower, but it's still fairly quick for a family vehicle. However, the weight of the battery is really interesting. This long-range version has an extra 21 kilowatt hours of capacity in the battery. But guess how much the weight has gone up? This part can be interactive. I'll give you multi-choice. Has the weight of the long-range version gone up by 10 kilograms? Has it gone up by just 60 kilograms? Has it gone up by 110 kilograms? Or has it gone up by 140 kilograms? Place your bets. The answer is 10 kilograms. Yep, I know, the music stopped in my mind as well. It's like witchcraft. How have they done that? 100 extra kilometers of range for just 10 kilograms more weight? Well, the secret answer is they just changed the chemistry. It shows you just how far battery chemistry is going. It's not 2009 anymore. Chemistry changes are happening all the time. So just imagine how electric cars are going to be in 10 years from now. It's very exciting. It's not only exciting for strange people like me, but going electric also has some unexpected benefits. If you are in the market for a new vehicle, then there's a couple of reasons why you might want to buy an electric vehicle instead of a combustion vehicle. So obviously combustion vehicles we now know are linked to all kinds of illnesses and diseases. Study after study is showing us just how terrible it is to operate a combustion vehicle in today's society. Plus there's also the climate change connection to transport-related emissions, of which combustion vehicles play a major part. So buying a new combustion vehicle today would be kind of self-harmish, I guess you could say. But I understand a lot of people just still aren't aware about electric cars and how that they are better. And I know I have a bias because I love electric cars, so bear with me. But the second big reason, the one that people focus on the most, surprisingly, is the cost of ownership, the cost of running. Electric cars cost almost nothing to run, and that's part of the point of today's journey as well. Because to take a combustion vehicle this distance, you're looking at about $70 all up. That's excluding the cost of maintenance and engine trouble and things like that with combustion vehicles. Just fuel alone, you're looking at about $70. Now, I refueled this vehicle in my own garage using my own charger, which happens to be an EVNEX E2 charger. I did a review on this charger recently. It is a brilliant piece of kit, completely programmable, completely customizable, and super, super, super easy to use. And because this car was charged up using climate positive electricity from Ecotricity, it means that this entire journey is climate positive. Like to plug in the car, go for a drive, then come back and plug it in again, charge it all day, all night, and know that the carbon total is actually less than when you started. It's just staggering. Like, why wouldn't you go to ecotricity.co.nz and sign up today? Like, the rates are super affordable because it's only from wind, hydro, and solar. No expensive gas turbines, no expensive coal and dirty stuff to worry about, just clean power. It just makes it super affordable. Why wouldn't you join up today? But will I get that 440 Ks per charge? Right now my economy is better, 17.8 units of electricity per 100K. That's still above the official stats though, so still I'm not going to get 440 unless I slow down. That's the thing about this range test, is it is pretty flawed, because electric cars, they like to go slower. Their ideal efficiency is typically stop-start traffic in city conditions, whereas combustion vehicles, because they are so generally inefficient, their efficiency is the least worst at speed, about 80, 90 kilometers an hour or so. But this one, well, we're doing 96 Ks an hour right now, and it's still not fast enough. I've still got cars behind me. Watch this space. One thing I'm going to have to do though is pull over, because I've seriously misjudged the temperature today. I am absolutely roasting in this sweatshirt. Here we go. This is a very comfortable car to drive on long distance, I think. Really suits being a long-range car because it's got a nice low center of gravity, so it feels quite sure-footed. Heaps of space, lots of headroom above me, lots of legroom, seats are nice and wide. But some people have criticized me, saying that the reviews that I make are far too positive and I need to be much more negative and miserable. So I'll try and find some things I hate about it. Okay. So the port here, where you have wireless phone charging, the Apple Android is cabled, not wireless, which means that if you plug a cable into the bottom of the phone, it means that it just doesn't fit properly. That's kind of annoying. What else? Okay, so these armrests here are a little bit hard, and after a long journey, you could find them getting quite hard on your elbow. What else? I wish it was cheaper. That's about it, really. It's a good car. I'm really struggling to find bad things about it because it's a decent car. So I'm sorry. I will disappoint you. I'm not going to be as miserable as the internet would like. Don't worry, because I'd soon found something worthy of complaints. Yes, I'd arrived to Auckland City. Well, we've made it to Auckland, and my speed has dropped right down over the last 20 kilometers because of traffic. which means that my economy is now 15.9 kilowatt hours per 100k. That's low. That's actually much lower than the official stats, which means if it stays like this, I'll get 440 k's per charge. I'll get more than 440 k's per charge. But it's not going to stay like this. But right now, I'm just going to get into Auckland Central, turn around if that's possible, and then head back down. Something kind of interesting about this is the power steering. It's got dual mode power steering, so that when I'm going speeds like this, not moving, super, super, super light. But once we get up to speed, once this person starts moving, stops looking at their phone, as soon as you get over about 15 k's an hour, it's suddenly, oh, it's got more weight to it. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. Got ourselves a green light. That is a rarity. Sweet. All right, now the next problem is I need to get back on the motorway, and there's no easy way to do it. Okay, I have found another complaint. I'm in a 30 kilometer an hour zone. This is the city center speed, but there's no speed limiter. I wish that was a function this had. Okay, that's the on-ramp to get back on the motorway southbound, but of course, there's no way to get on there easily. No entry, no entry, no entry. Oh, there's a car park. All right, I'm gonna do a cheeky turnaround here. Sweet. Oh, I see it. That's rear cross traffic alert going nuts. So now we're heading south again. We've done all the way into the city centre, 192.5 kilometres. Let's hope that the drive back will be just as effortless. And it has been really effortless. Although I suspect I am gonna need the heater, providing I have enough electricity. I'm looking forward to getting home and then plugging this thing in and then letting it charge overnight using the timer built into my chargers so that it's only going to charge during off-peak time, getting that dirt cheap electricity, and then I'll be able to tell you exactly how much it takes, how much it costs for a complete full charge for the almost 400 kilometers we're doing on today's journey. Providing I get home, that is. Currently we're on the Waikato Expressway where the speed limit is 110 k's an hour, which means my economy is suffering. We are now doing 18.4 kilowatt hours per 100k. At that speed we're not going to get anywhere near 440 k's per charge. So far I've done 288 kilometers and we're at 37% state of charge. At this stage it's kind of touch and go. I really can't say if I need to reduce my speed or not. I don't know. Watch this space. We're getting closer. We're down to 14% state of charge and we still have 20 k's to go, but it reckons the car can do another 55 kilometers on this charge. That's not bad. That's not going to be 440 k's, but it's still not bad considering how fast and hard I've been driving, the weather conditions, and the fact that I'm going to turn the heater on now because it's getting cold. One thing I'd like about this car is that it still has physical heater buttons. And we're off. The heater's on. The seat heater is going. I'm not going slow. This is real driving. All right, and we've made it. One of these days I'll make this thing electric. Well, that was pretty painless. How about that? Okay, so what are we looking at? 5 hours and 3 minutes, 388 kilometers. That's not bad, 16.2 kilowatt hours per 100k. Now I know this journey in a combustion car costs financially $70 a return trip. Environmentally, costs a lot more. But this, well, this has been climate positive electricity, but how much did it cost? Let's plug in and find out. Good morning, and this car charged up overnight while I was asleep using Ecotricity's climate positive electricity. Because I used off-peak rates on the EcoSaver plan, guess how much a full charge cost on this beastie? $14.40. Yes, 400 kilometers for $14.40. Mind-blowing. Plus, it's climate positive, so it's actually really, really super clean power. Brilliant. And my charger, the EVNEX E2 charger you can see on the wall behind me, is a work of art. Not only is it super customizable, easily programmable, you can connect it to your solar array on the roof as well, but it's designed and built right here in New Zealand. Obviously, I think it's the best one because I chose this one, but it really is the best one. If you're going to get an electric car, get one of these. It's worth your money, honestly. But now, let's hit the road because there's some more stuff I want to talk to you about this car. And that subject is charging. Now, 85% of all New Zealanders with electric cars, they charge their cars at home because it's cheap and it's convenient. But what if you want to go on a road trip? Don't worry, it's not 2009 anymore. You're covered. ChargeNet is New Zealand's largest charging provider and they have hundreds of DC rapid chargers all around New Zealand, and in the next 3 years there will be hundreds more rapid chargers installed. It's a really exciting time to have an electric car. There is no range anxiety anymore, especially with a car like this that can drive 400 plus kilometers on one charge in real driving conditions. And this brings me to my next point. There are some pros and cons about this car that I want to bring to your attention. First of all, the pros. It's a very comfortable cruiser. It's just a nice place to be. It now has a mobile app as well, which is available in New Zealand, which allows you to control the car, check your state of charge, and also turn on the air conditioning and things like that. Makes it really comfortable, so in the middle of winter, you always get into a nice warm car. Some complaints, however, well, it doesn't have level 2 autonomous driving. Yes, it has adaptive cruise control, so it will keep the speed of the vehicle in front, but it doesn't have self-driving, you could say. It'll only just barely keep you in the lane. If you wander out of the lane, it'll alert you to that, but that's about it. Also, when you're going around a corner on cruise control, if it's a tight corner, the car will slow down for no apparent reason. That's slightly annoying, but it's not a deal breaker. Two other points of contention. Number one, like me, it's not terribly attractive. Number two, it's not really a rocket ship as far as electric cars go. That being said, we do tend to hold electric cars to very high standards when it comes to acceleration because they're just so effortlessly fast. But 8.7 seconds is not blistering. Although, keep in mind, a 1987 300ZX from Nissan, well, that was a rocket ship in its day, and that has the exact same 0 to 100 time as this, so perhaps we should be a little bit fair on it. If, however, you are looking at buying one of these, then I'd recommend comparing this to the BYD Atto 3 long range. Now, I made a video recently where I compared both the MG ZS EV and the BYD Atto 3 in great detail, looking at everything from boot size to handling to acceleration, you name it, I covered it all. I'll put the link to that video under this one. It's worth a look, and on that note, let us do a Spud score summary. And the Spud score begins with performance, and I am giving it 5 out of 10, which is average. Handling's next, and it's getting 6 out of 10, which is above average for a family car. Next is comfort, and in this case 8 out of 10. Again, well above average. It's well earned because it's got the weight of a big car, but comfort without the wobbliness. Efficiency is next, and easily it gets 7 out of 10 because that 440 k's per charge is very doable in city situations. Gadgetry comes next at 6 out of 10 because it has everything you need and everything is easy to use. As for value, 7 out of 10. Not the cheapest electric car out there, but bang for buck and bang for range, it's very good. Charging is next, and it charges at around 75 kilowatts, so to charge from 20% to 80% full using a rapid charger, which is a typical amount on a road trip, you're looking at about 45 minutes, so I'm giving it 5 out of 10, which is a typical charging speed. And as you saw, after 5 hours of non-stop driving, you're gonna wanna take a break. Style's next, and 4 out of 10 there. While it's no looker, it's certainly not ugly. But is it fit for purpose? Yes, easily 8 out of 10. It does exactly what it was designed to do, and that is to haul families around reliably, cheaply, and in comfort. It's just a good all-round family car. PSC is next, and unfortunately it doesn't quite deliver in this crucial measurement, getting just 4 potato points out of 10 with a total PSC of just 42, which makes a total Spud score of 60, which is a healthy amount for what is a very good all-rounder electric family car.